In this video, sponsored by the makers of Call of Dragons, we're going to check out the Fearless Warrior patch notes, which have some really cool upgrades to the game. And it's funny, I play Rise of Kingdoms and I play Call of Dragons. Rise of Kingdoms is the predecessor to this game. And sometimes Rise of Kingdoms is pulling features from Call of Dragons. Here, Call of Dragons is going to be pulling features from Rise of Kingdoms, like we saw in the last patch and in this one here. Let's talk about it. On the 9th of August, we're going to get this update, Test Your Mettle in the Tournament of Champions. Play Rise of Kingdoms, you know, this is called Sunset Canyon. They say generations of courageous warriors have tested their strength. There's going to be a bunch of leagues, stone, bronze, silver, gold, diamond, and legendary. They call them classes here. Each class offers 3 types of rewards: weekly, seasonally, and Vanguard, which are offered the first time you reach a new class. The higher your class, the greater your rewards. So it sounds like they've got a more complicated structure for rewards and ranking than they do in Rise of Kingdoms, but the idea is the same. You challenge other lords' defensive formations, you gain points, and you set your own defensive formation, right? So this is sort of a arena-style game mode that we've seen from other games. This is asynchronous PvP, I would assume. And asynchronous PvP, I don't know, it's not my favorite, but I will say that in this game, due to the nature of how infantry and range marches work and blocking and cavalry, I actually do think this has the potential to be very exciting compared to the equivalent in Rise of Kingdoms. Up next, we get a new artifact, which is really wild. The Deathless Vines, infantry PvP control. I'm super confused why we're getting a new infantry artifact now instead of in the next season in conjunction with the release of a new hero. I guess maybe this is going into just, it says Forge of Light and Riches of the Forest. And there's also the Mad Goblin's Boon, an all-rounder. So it's very interesting to me that we're getting an additional artifact in Forge of Light now. Again, I'm just 2 new artifacts as well. Really surprising to me. I love artifacts though, so we'll see what those are like, and maybe I need to go buy more keys. Improved the hero talent system. Each hero's first talent reset is now free and will not cost a book of alteration. That's fine. Nice quality of life change. Percentages have been added to the talents screen. Tap a talent to show the percent of players who selected it. That's kind of cool. You still need to know the context in which to select each talent, but it's cool. Improved talents. Adjusted the support tree core talent, transforming Spirit. Previously, all units in your legion gain 1% hit points, and all buff effects granted through rage skills are increased by 5%. Now, increase the hit points of your legion's units by 1% and mitigates 1% of enemy attack. Seems simpler. Improved ordering of peacekeeping talent nodes. Added a new talent, Abhorrence, which increases peacekeeping experience. Kind of neat. Peacekeepers filling a more like a leveling role, which is what that's there for, right? Changed and strengthened rally talents. That's cool. I felt like the rally tree wasn't doing the thing it needed to do, so I'm on board for that. Fixed an issue where talents encouraging dance and head held high would not stack. So there could be some new ways to gain a lot of rage really quickly. Gonna have to go look into that. Added the ability to search for Darkling Forts. Hey, that's awesome. We don't have this in Rise of Kingdoms. It triggers me. This is great. Improved battle logic when fighting non-player targets. Now, if your legion defeats its target, it will automatically target another nearby enemy already in combat with you. That's when you're fighting non-player targets. All right, I mean, I guess that's kind of cool. I'll take it. A smoother route to prosperity. 12-hour peace shields have been added. Tutorial section added to the profile screen. All right, added. Ooh, this is big. Hero token exchange store. Dude, I have been saying over and over and over and over that overflow progression systems are crucial in this style of game. An overflow progression system means that when you complete progress on something that was important and valuable, that suddenly the value of that item goes from incredibly high to literally 0. Okay, so once you max a hero in this game, the value of more tokens of that hero is literally 0. Right? Until now. Okay. So the value was insane. Then you expertise them or awaken them. It's now 0 for like your gold key heroes, right? So this allows you to scrap leftover hero tokens and exchange them for hero tokens you require from the current season. I love this. This is very good. It also gives you reason potentially to continue to spin for a hero if maxing the hero means that you can exchange them 1 for 1. Let me explain. If I go and I max the current wheel lucky spin hero, okay? Every time lucky spin shows up and I can't spin for anything because I already maxed everything, I got punished for having maxed my hero. I did. I am punished from a value standpoint. Okay. Now, look, I am getting value by having it maxed sooner, but the point I'm making is I think it's better when you're encouraged to keep playing the event instead of sort of being punished from a value standpoint for maxing something quickly. And so what this might let you do is, yeah, you max a hero now and you can keep spinning and change into tokens for another hero. I think the exchange rate here is not going to be 1-to-1 though. I think it's going to be less than 1-to-1. And the question is just like, how much less than 1-to-1 is it? And so we'll see what that looks like, right? Either way, this is a huge W, a very, very fat W for the makers of the game. Love this. Especially, I have a theory, if they add a new faction at some point, the generation of that hero should be the same as the other gold key heroes, which means maybe excess gold key heroes could turn into something valuable for a new faction-based hero if they launch one, right? Added a new quick upgrade feature, allowing you to quickly level up and increase startings for heroes and artifacts. That's cool. Added a new multi-use feature for resource items and speed-ups. That's fine. It would be very interesting. Actually, multi-use speed-ups could be huge. It's kind of annoying that you allow like tap, all these different types of speed-ups and tiers of speed ups in order to train your troops. A lot of games have a one tap option for speeding things up, and it does for you the smartest configuration of what speed ups to you. That would be nice. Like, it would be really nice to just push one button to train troops. Training troops takes way too long, in my opinion. Like, way too long. Like, it should not take this long. Improved resource gathering logic. Now, if your legion begins gathering at a resource point, it will gather repeatedly until the resource point is exhausted, or it's forced to stop gathering due to another reason. I'm not exactly sure I understand how that's any different than what's happening today. Let me know in the comments. Improved alliance system. They adjusted alliance skills. The research point cost for certain skills have changed. Okay. When the alliance tech reaches max level, more donation chances will be made available for the alliance skill. Oh, that's nice. Okay, cool. You can recharge your skills faster, theoretically, from the time that they become chargeable. They significantly decrease the cooldown for the alliance skills. A Fine Hall, Storm, Vanguard, and Vitality. Nice. Fixed an exploit. Added new officer privileges regarding recalling legions from keeps. That's good. That's good. Officers should be able to kick people out of a keep. Improved defense for alliance keeps. An alliance keep is not in combat. When a new legion enters, that legion immediately becomes its defending legion. I don't quite understand this logic. I mean, today it is a first in, first out queue. Took a couple classes in writing code, okay? And they're making it so that it's a first in, last out queue. So like the first one into the keep will be the last one to defend it. It's a little weird. I don't know. Am I understanding that correctly? If an alliance keep is in combat when a new legion enters, the new legion will join the front of the queue and all other legions will wait behind it. Yeah, I don't know. New alliance war info sharing feature. Players can share war information with the alliance and warband chat channels. Alliance siege bastions will no longer attack buildings while the bastion itself is burning, which I think is really cool. So siege bastions are insane. If you haven't played with one yet, it destroys any territory it touches that belongs to the enemy, except other siege bastions. Because otherwise you'd get into like a impossible situation where you could never take out an enemy siege bastion. But now, if you burn their bastion, then it will stop shooting stuff, I think, which seems good. Increase the frequency and strength of alliance siege bastion attacks to make them more powerful. Oh God. I mean, I don't know. Today we've got a really weird situation where like we have a building flag, the enemy is attacking it, we never finish building it, but we never let them destroy it. We just keep repairing it. It's like very weird. It's just basically we are literally tanking the enemy's siege bastion with a building flag. Like, bro, I don't know. It probably shouldn't work that way. So I see why they're making them more powerful. I think that's good. More enjoyable events. Improved behemoth raids, giant dire bear, and miasma giant. New alliance mobilization. This is huge. We have this in Rise of Kingdoms. Let me explain how it works. Basically, a whole bunch of quests show up. Everyone in the alliance has the same pool of quests. And based on which quests you do, you get a certain amount of credit for the alliance. And the higher your score is as an alliance, the more loot you get. You compete against other alliances and also their tiered rewards. And in Rise of Kingdoms anyways, at each tier, you choose from several rewards. This is in like every game I've ever played in this genre, literally every single one ever. So it's not surprising to me that it is coming to this game. I actually think the rewards are insane and so good. In Rise of Kingdoms, it's the equivalent of a Strongest Lord worth of rewards, but it's like distributed across more players. So every single player doesn't get 200, hero tokens, but like the value to your community is massive. I love this. I really do. There's always going to be slackers who don't do their quests. And I'll just tell you right now, like every alliance should set a minimum participation reward or requirement because this is crucial. These rewards are so good and it really triggers me when an alliance does not get the max rewards. But I understand people play at different tiers of seriousness. But if you would all take the game seriously, like if you even pretend to take the game seriously, you do your gosh blessed alliance mobilization, bro. You find a way to get it done. Typically, you have to make sacrifices, like training when you wouldn't have otherwise trained. Do it. Don't be a sissy. Don't do, bro. I won't get mad now, but I would. Pet party event. I love the idea here. Use free attempts and warrants to summon and capture your desired war pet and show them love. I'm into it. The only thing I would say is maybe start to save your pet food items to show them some love. Could mean that you feed pets like you do today, but could also just mean there's an event related item that we end up buying or obtaining, or maybe even just paying attention to them like a little Tamagotchi from back in the day. Other improvements, gem market and exchange house adjustments. They reduced the value of certain price tiers, added a refresh button to the exchange house, which makes sense. Today, you do the same thing, but in like a hacky sort of a way. Added an illustrations feature, allowing you to look back on the glories of the past. We have this in Rise of Kingdoms, where they basically give you a season retrospect, and it's a little book you can click through with some pictures and some stats about how you did. Added auto exploration feature and improved the exploration experience. Auto gathering scouts will now go get supplies. Yeah, I mean, I think when everybody was sick and staying at home or avoiding getting sick and quarantining, people had time to do stuff like scouting, and now nobody wants to do it anymore. The idea of scouting is cute, but not good, I think, for this style of game at this point. So I get why they're like making it easier to scout. Because, you know, from a, I think, standpoint of having like a 4X game, okay, explore is one of the X's, and yeah, like you want exploring, but it's got to be a lower, I think, level of effort given what it really represents in this game. Increased territory range of spires from 5x5 to 7x7 in order to prevent the spire's territory from being covered by an alliance fortress entirely, making it difficult to attack. So first time I read this as I was glancing through the notes, I thought they were increasing the attack range of the spires, but I think they were increasing the footprint of the spires such that the spire cannot be completely protected by alliance forts. And we did this in the past where we had to literally destroy forts, tanking level 4 spires while also fighting the enemy. It was just insane. It doesn't make sense. The defense is too strong. This is a nerf to defense, and I think it's a well-deserved nerf. Fixed an issue with policy invincible, where its effect would be incorrectly triggered when a resource, okay, when a legion leaves a resource point, that's fine. They're making Calling of Courage season improvements. Mastery skills will change with each season, which is awesome. Protector quests upgrade previews are now available. That's fine. Improve the display of legendary monofit. Okay, that's fine. Merit store upgrade. Improve the refresh mechanism for in-store items, and Elixir will appear more frequently. Huge W. Added territorial relocation and hero talent reset items, which have a chance to appear when items are refreshed. Cool. Territory relocation. Do we need more teleports? 100%. Added an Augrestone stage duration timer. This is huge. Like, look, imagine this, okay? Imagine a game where you want your players to all show up for critically timed events, but the players have no clue when those events are. And this is solved today by leadership going and spending hours building out schedules, okay? So this is a huge W to make it easier to understand, hey, here's when the pass opens, here's when the fight is, right? Like, I actually think passes should just have a countdown timer on them. All of them. Every single one, right? Like, why not? Why not, bro? Like, just let people know when the action is, right? Then everyone knows, like a countdown timer and a date time. Boom. Fixed an issue where server status will be displayed incorrectly when migrating. Previously, full servers will be incorrectly displayed as normal. Whoopsies. Fixed an issue where attribute buffs of War Pet skill Elemental Harmony were displayed incorrectly. All right. Fixed an error in the skill description. I hope it is just the skill description for Advanced Chain Strike, but I do wonder what it actually does. I think what this might be. Let's go look at this. I think I know what it is. I bet I know what it is. Okay. So Advanced Chain Strike is right over here, right? Aha. It says this can be triggered twice per second. I bet you that it cannot. I bet you this can only be triggered once per second. Maybe. I don't know. It says it's just in the description, but not in the function of it. I don't know, man. That would be a change in the description, not in the function. The other thing I'll just show you real quick. You want to see where that Spire was, where we're just like heal tanking? This isn't a Spire, whatever. This flag stays at 80%. This is a silliness that it's good they're working this out of the game. So here's their where is it? their bastion, siege bastion. Okay. It has a range. These flags are in the range, and it is heal tanking. So we just repair it whenever we need to, and we let it lose health when we need it to lose health. They are doing the same thing. This is an extreme silliness. Good that they are addressing it, in my opinion. Okay. So GG's. And yeah, on the topic of like being able to build protectively around a spire, I've done this in other seasons, but assuredly, I think our allies are fighting somewhere. I could maybe show this. Where did it go? Right, so here's a ridiculousness. So this thing has a 5x5 footprint. Honestly, like, can you even see the footprint of this when I tap it? It's kind of weird right now. And that footprint is covered up entirely by these siege bastions. Like, bro, I don't know. First, you have to dig out the bastions. Then you gotta just, I don't know. You shouldn't be able to fully encompass one of these guys, a spire, with like certainly one structure. But anyways, I think I've covered enough in this video. If you enjoyed it, throw a like on here, consider subscribing. If you want to see the last season update where I talked about kind of what's going on in our season, check the card over here. It'll be a bunch of other stuff and then a review of how the season's going.